You edit for hours, you've improved your packaging, you optimize everything, and still you get stuck at a few hundred views. For months, I was uploading videos to my business channel that were getting maybe 100 views if I was lucky. But after making just one video where I did something completely different, that single video exploded to 5,000 views just in the first month alone and completely changed my channel's direction.
An exact clone of this mega successful dating website.
So in this video, I want to show exactly what happened, why that video performed so insanely well, and how you can use the same framework to finally start getting real traction on your channel. So here's the thing, when you're running a small channel, one of the biggest problems you're going to face is that you're competing against massive established YouTubers. And when people are browsing through YouTube looking for content, they're going to see your video right next to videos from creators with millions of subscribers and hundreds of thousands of views on every upload. It's social proof. People see the large numbers, subconsciously think that must be valuable. And this creates our problem, but also our opportunity. You see, I found a gap, a way to get noticed, to stand out, and I discovered this technique by accident when I made this video about copying an app with AI. It works so incredibly well that it changed everything about my approach. And I've noticed the same pattern work for countless other creators who blow up their channels with one video. And this all starts with understanding one simple, fundamental thing. On YouTube, we basically have two main types of viewers. The first group is people who are mindlessly watching content. They're on autopilot and will only ever watch established channels. They have absolutely no interest in clicking on a video from a small channel that doesn't have many views yet. Then there's the second group of viewers. These are people who will absolutely click on a video with low views, as long as there's generally a compelling reason to do so. These viewers are usually problem aware and actively looking for something, and that's your big opportunity. So our job as small creators is to specifically target these viewers. We need to be creating content that appeals to people who will click on a video that doesn't have many views yet, as long as it offers them something of value that they can't get from the big channels. So how are we going to do this? Well, here's the exact framework that took me from getting 100 views per video to creating content that gets 5,000 views in its first month alone and completely transformed my channel's growth. It's for the problem-aware viewers. Let me explain what I mean by this. I've noticed time and time again that when small creators blow up their channels, it's almost always with a video that starts with how I, and then describes something impressive, technical, or ambitious that they built, solved, or recreated themselves. Let me show you just how powerful this is. Dave Gilterma, we can see here, has had a video that's got 350,000 views over the last year. He's then gone on to recreate that a dozen of times in different formats and variation. And like I said, this exact framework worked on my channel. When my business channel was struggling to get any traction, I decided to do something different. Instead of making another generic tool video or podcast, I spent a couple of days using AI tools to recreate the core functionality of an app making $100 million in revenue. I documented the entire process, all the challenges I faced, the AI tools I used, and I titled the video, How I Copied a $100 Million App Using AI. And that video exploded. It went from my usual 100 views to over 5,000. So why is focusing on problem-aware viewers so incredibly powerful for small channels? Well, it immediately sets your video apart from all the massive channels in your niche, because people are going to see your video with this title about how you personally solved a problem they have, or how you built something impressive. And even though the video might not have many views, they're going to think, this is someone that's going to show me the real process, the real challenges, the real behind the scenes of building something. And this way, Instead of trying to compete directly with all the massive YouTubers who have better equipment, bigger budgets, and more polished production, we're actually leaning into the fact that we are small creators. We can do experimental projects, document the real processes, and share genuine learning. The big channels often can't or just won't create. We're using that to our advantage. People will click on your video when you use this concept because they're going to think this creator is actually building something real. They're documenting their actual process and they're showing me something I could potentially do myself. They're being transparent about the challenges and the reality of the project. And if you remember back to those 2 types of viewers I mentioned earlier, this framework will really capture the attention of that second group of people. They absolutely will click on your videos that don't have many views yet, as long as the content offers them something unique and valuable. And also, just before we dive into exactly how to apply this framework to your channel specifically, I want to mention that the key to making this work is authenticity. You can't fake this. You actually have to do the work. Document the real process and share genuine insights from your experience. That's what makes this valuable. If you want more strategies and frameworks like this that can help you grow your channel faster, make sure to join my newsletter. I share exclusive tips, frameworks, and insights that I don't post anywhere else. You'll find the description in the link below. So finally, let's talk about how you can implement this framework to your channel specifically, because of course you can't just upload any video and expect it to blow up. We need to think strategically about this. So step number 1 is to identify a project that your audience would be naturally curious about. What could you build, recreate, or experiment with that would make people think, wait, how did they actually do that? For me, it was using AI to copy a $100 million app. For you, it might be something like building a specific tool, recreating a popular service, or experimenting with a new product. The more unique, the better. The key is that it needs to be ambitious enough to be realistic and authentic enough that you actually complete it. Step number 2 is crafting a title that targets the viewer's pain point and creates curiosity. The formula that works best is something like how I impressive achievement with interesting method or constraint in time frame. For example, how I built a ChatGPT clone using free AI tools, or how I cloned Tinder with AI in 20 minutes. The title needs to immediately communicate that this is a real project with a real outcome. Step 3 is that in the actual video, you need to document the real process. Show the challenges that you faced, the mistakes you made, the solutions you discovered. Don't try to make it look easy or polished like a big channel would. Instead, show the reality of building something new. Make sure you cover all the steps and dumb it down. Remember, this video is for a wide audience, someone that wants the whole process, the techniques you used, the problems you faced. So give the viewers genuine behind-the-scenes experience of what it's actually like to complete this kind of task. Lastly, if you really want this to take off, you need to script this well. You have to make sure you have moments of tension before the payoff, structure, and an enticing hook. But that's a topic for another video. The reason my video about copying a $100 million app with AI works so well is because I showed everything. I showed where I got stuck, I showed the AI tools I used, and I showed my actual process. I was completely transparent. I showed them what was more difficult and what was more easier than expected. And I used ViewsMax to help me write the script. So if you're running a small channel and you're frustrated with low views, try this framework. Pick an ambitious but achievable project, document the entire process, and create a video that shows people exactly how you did something impressive. That video could be the breakthrough moment that finally gets your channel the attention it deserves. And if you want to see how I'm using AI to create content 10x faster than anyone else, check out this video next. I'll run through my entire process. All right, now go create something.